Hello, all you YouTubers out there. And as well, hello, all of you Facebookers out there. It's Tawana Carter, your anxiety and career coach. And today I am online for Facebook and I'm online for YouTube as well. So, all of you Facebookers out there, if you want to chat with me in real time, you'll need to be sure that you are on my business page. Okay. And it is Friday. It's Friday. Okay, it's Friday, but when you're happy about it, it's Friday. It's Friday. It's a good thing, right? Now, for some of us, we got to go to work tomorrow. And if you do, then it's still Happy Friday because we're alive and we have a job, right? Um, I don't really get to sleep in tomorrow. I've got several clients that I'm seeing. And because I enjoy what I'm doing, it's just always a good thing. It's the great thing about it. Loving your work and what you do. It's never burdensome. It's always a good thing. So, I want to take just a couple of minutes to be sure that everybody has a chance to join. So, since it is Friday, it is open topic tonight. Okay. And so, what I do invite you to do, if you have anything in particular, because it's open Friday, if you have anything in particular that you want to talk about, you can always shoot me a direct message. You can also send me an email at tawana@tawanacarter.com. And I am happy to take up subjects because what I've done is I've got a schedule now, and it's just different days of the week. I'll be talking about different things because I know that as an anxiety and a career coach, people have different things. For me, my particular anxiety was social anxiety. And so I had, you know, people with social anxiety will tend to have a little different struggle than those of, people who have generalized anxiety disorder or whatever the issue is. So, but for those of you who are joining from my Rising Above Anxiety Facebook group, I have a free Facebook group for the ladies out there. And if you're joining in, go ahead. If you want to send me comments in real time, you'll need to pop over to my business page, Dr. Tawana Carter, Professional and Personal Coaching LLC, as well. Those of you who are catching the video on my timeline, if you want to send me comments in real time, go ahead and pop over to my Facebook business page, and then I should be able to see your comments there. Now I've got a couple of screens going, and so I want to be sure you'll see me glance down every so often just to see where people are and see if I have comments out there. So it is Friday and it is open topic night. And for those of you who are just joining for the first time, I have a schedule and it determines what type of Facebook posts I do and Facebook Lives I do. So Mondays are Mindset Mondays. We talk about mindset things that get you in the right place to, whether you're dealing with your anxiety, you're trying to get that promotion, whether you are a manager but you're struggling a little bit, or you're getting ready to be a new manager and it's your first time out of the gate. We talk all things mindset to put you in the right mindset. Okay. Tuesdays are Leadership Tuesdays, and this is for those of you who are planning on being a leader, or you've been a leader for a while, but you want to up your game, or you're out of the gate, first time position, you're leaving employeehood to the admin side, and you're a leader, you're a manager for the first time. We talk all things leadership, okay? And Wednesdays, I call it Worry-Free Wednesdays. This is where we talk anxiety strategies, stress management strategies, those things that are going to help you to manage, whether it's at your job, or in your personal life, in your relationship. It's just going to help you manage anxiety and stress. Okay. And Thursdays, I call it Resilience Thursdays. We talk about all things resilience because if you can build resilience, it kind of underpins the mindset, it underpins the leadership, and it underpins managing anxiety. Resilience just covers all of those things. So resilience is just a lot of topics on there, and I'm really excited about it. This week I was so excited about resilience. I did it twice. I did it one Wednesday and Thursday. Okay. And Friday is like tonight, it's open topic Friday. It's Friday. And so I think I got a great topic tonight. I'm going to be dropping some motivational nuggets on how to self promote if you have anxiety or you're an introvert. And I happen to be both. I happen to have social anxiety and I happen to be an introvert. Okay. And so I know for me, self promotion is sometimes still a struggle. It depends on the situation. And I know for a while it was very difficult for me to do. And I've kind of gotten the swing of it, gotten the hang of it. But I know for a lot of people, especially for introverts and those of you who struggle with anxiety, because oftentimes anxiety beats you up and so that you have low self-esteem, you may have low self-confidence and low self-value and low self-worth. And when all those things are low, it gets a little difficult to self-promote. But guess what? You gotta be to self promote. If you're trying to, contact this cute guy, or cute girl out there, for the guys out there, if you are trying to, catch someone's attention, you gotta be to self promote, right? Now, you don't want to do it in a bragging way, or obnoxious way, but you gotta do a little self promotion. If you want to put yourself out there for a promotion or for a leadership position or a new position, if you're interviewing, you gotta be to self promote, right? You have to be to do that. And oftentimes, especially for those people with, introverts, we're like, I don't want to sound like a show off. I don't want to sound like a know it all. And for those of you who have, like I did, social anxiety, you're like, I'm not putting myself out there. People are gonna think I'm stupid. They're gonna think I'm bragging. I'm braggadocious. I think I'm more than what I am. So it's like a fine line. So yes, you can be a little too over the top. It'll end up being like just bragging. And nobody likes that. No matter what culture you're from, nobody likes a bragger, right? But on the other hand, if you sit in the corner and you're all quiet, like a little church mouse, you kind of shrivel up, you pull into yourself, that's not going to work either if you're talking about self promotion. So you got to be able to strike the right tone and be about middle of the road. Now, I know some of you are going, I hear you, but yeah, that's not working for me because I don't do self promotions. I get it, I understand it. Okay. Until I finally figured out how to do it, I felt the same way. So I have some tips here, and what you're gonna see me doing is glancing down every so often because I want to be sure I hit all the tips and say what I want to say about those tips. So the first thing, this is just easy. If you work for someone, you get an evaluation report, right? Whether it's an annual evaluation report or semi-annual, you get a performance review. That's the time to self promote. That's a naturally built into your career time to self promote because it's not the time to be shy and retiring and afraid to speak up for yourself. You want to sit up and kind of, before you go in to do your performance evaluation, be sure that you've done like those 2 minutes of power poses, whether you get your Wonder Woman pose on or you kind of get your Superman pose on, whichever power pose you do it for about 2 minutes before you go in. Why? Because the research says that when we do power poses for 2 minutes, all it takes is 2 minutes, your testosterone level actually increases and you start feeling like, yeah, I got this. It's not like bragging, I got this, but yeah, I'm confident I got this. So before you go into your performance review, do your power poses. The other thing is have a list of things that you've done. I know for me, if not on a daily basis, almost a daily basis, I write out tasks and things and projects that I do. And, I write out the progress I've made on those projects so that when it's time for evaluation, we tend to forget the stuff that's way off. You'll remember stuff that's close. So what I do when it's time for evaluation, I pull out my little handy dandy sheet. I keep it in Word. I keep it in Microsoft Word, and I keep it by day and all the tasks and who I spoke to and the dates I got it done, the date it was due. When it's time for me to do my performance evaluation, I pull out that Microsoft Word document and I go down and then I start grouping things. I was responsible for this. I had to do this project. I did it on time. I did it ahead of time. Make sure that you get a list. You keep your list. And once you have that list, then you don't have to worry about bragging. You actually look at your list and see all the things that you did. You did it well. If you came in ahead of time, be sure to let your boss know that. If you collaborated with multiple teams and you brought in more customers or kept customers, or whatever you did, share that with your boss. Performance evaluation, it's not the time to be shy. Now, you don't have to become, an extrovert overnight. And don't worry, we love ambiverts and we love, extroverts too. But be secure and be confident in your accomplishment. You did it, not everybody else. You did it. So performance evaluations is just a nice, normal, built-in time for you to self-promote. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, how to self-promote: be enthusiastic about your work. Most of the time you see me on here, I love doing this. I love coaching and I get excited. Sometimes I get excited and I forget to share my video, share the Facebook Live and all the places that I need to. And I really should, figure out how to schedule that. Yeah, we'll get to that. But you'll see me just excited on here because I like what I do. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy coaching women and getting them to level up. That is my thing all day long. So be excited, be excited about what you do. And you notice that I'm kind of, when you see me get excited, you kind of see me sit up straight and I got this smile on my face because that's what I like to do. And you may see me do a little gestures. You don't have to do all that, but if that's what you're comfortable doing, go for it, right? Just be enthusiastic about your work. So if your boss comes by or stops by your office or is walking, by you in the hall, or she is walking by, say, "Hey, how's it going?" Don't just say, "Oh, it's good." Mm-mm. Be enthusiastic about it. That project that you assigned me, we're actually ahead of schedule, and I was able to collaborate with da 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 da, and we're here, we're there. Be enthusiastic. Catch your boss up on what you're doing and just kind of be in the moment and just share. Really get in there and share because your boss will remember that. She will remember, or he will remember this is how things are going versus it's good. Things are good. Yeah, things are coming along. See the difference in this is great. I'm here. I got the project. We're ahead of schedule. We had a couple of things here, issues here. I was able to coordinate with whomever and we got it done and it is rolling along. That's different than it's good. I'm having a great day. Everything's fine. Okay. If you still have problems with that, practice in the mirror. This is what I coach my clients to do. Coach when I do coaching for interviews and that type of thing. If you can look yourself in the mirror and feel absolutely silly by talking to yourself, but repeating and looking yourself in the eye, you got it. That means that the practice and you've established, open up those neural pathways. When you get in front of your boss, you will follow through on what you practice to do. Now, I know some people say, I just don't like to look people in the eye. I have a problem with that. So don't look them in the eye. Look at the right, pick an eyebrow. Sometimes look at the right eyebrow, then sometimes look at the left eyebrow. That's a little cheat sheet. If you have problems, if you're shy or you're an introvert or you're anxious and you don't like looking people in the eyes, look at an eyebrow. It's in a general direction. They can't tell whether or not you're looking them in the eye or looking at their left eyebrow. I got a little gray hair right there. So if I was talking to somebody, you can like, oh my gosh, she's got a gray hair right there, right? Too much TMI, too much information, that is just fine because what I want you to do when it's time for you to look somebody in the eye and go, what Tawana told me that? She talked about that little bitty gray hair. See, that is personal for me. It doesn't bother me, but I'm aware of it. But really, nobody else is. And I share that because that's just another one of those things that when my social anxiety kicks in, it's like, somebody's going to see that gray hair. It's okay. Just a gray hair. I earned the right to have a gray hair. I'm blessed to be here, right? So that was number two. Be enthusiastic about your job, and when your boss asks how it's going, tell them what you're doing. Catch them up on, if you're a leader and catch them on how you're pulling your team forward or motivating your team. All those kind of things go in there. So number three, another sneaky way, because some of us are still not comfortable with self promotion, a sneaky way to do self promotion is give kudos to a team member that helped you out. You know what? When Renee did this piece and she got it done ahead of time, I was actually able to piggyback off her and I did blah, 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 blah. And you go from there, right? Kind of sneaky. You are giving kudos to a friend, but you're also saying how it allowed you to do your job, do it faster, better, with whatever you're doing. So, yes, and you want to be careful here because you don't want to give so much kudos to your friend that you leave yourself out. The object is not to just give kudos to your friend. The object is to give kudos to your friend and then stack yours on top, right? Make sure you got the distinction there because you don't want to always talk about your friend and never about yourself because this is self promotion, not friend promotion. But the other thing that happens is when you do give kudos to coworkers who helped you out, it does put you in a good light. It means you're collaborating, you're paying attention of how other people are there. That is very important. So that's always a good thing, right? So that was number three, giving kudos to a coworker. So number four, and this happens a lot, but you just got to think what to do with it. You get an email from a coworker or you get an email from another leader or another manager in your organization that says, thank you so much for handling this, or thank you for working on this project, I really appreciate it, it helped me do XYZ. Don't just go, yay, she congratulated me, this is cool. One more step. Look, hit forward, put your boss's name in there and say, hey, we got another satisfied customer. We were able, our team looks good because we were able to help her do XYZ. We were able to help him do XYZ. The organization was able to grab this new client in because I did XYZ. Perfect timing, right? Don't just sit on that email, forward it to your boss because your boss didn't know. Okay. A lot of times your boss doesn't know because I remember working jobs when people would always send those emails to me because they didn't know my boss. I worked in the field. They had no idea who my boss was. Zing forward to your boss because those things stand out for your supervisor's mind, right? Okay. And be sure to share. If you're a leader, share these tips with your reports as well. Help them to learn how to self promote, right? Because it's all about you and it's all about them. Okay. So my last tip, number five, some of us are still struggling with self promotion, right? See, I know some of you out there going like, don't know if I can do that. Well, do this. Tell a short story or narrative. All right. So as you're telling the story about something that happened, weave in what you did to that story, weave in how other people, you collaborated with other people, and tell a story. So, I often, when I would do speak in front of people, they always say, I'll start off with a joke. I'm not a real jokey person, not because I don't like jokes, because if the joke is really funny, I'm too busy laughing at my own joke to tell the joke. So the jokey thing doesn't work for me. So what I did learn to do was I learned to tell stories. Now I can tell funny stories, and sometimes they're about me, I'm laughing at myself. Sometimes it's about things that have happened in the past or different people. But when you tell a story, number one, you get an audience and they're pretty much engaged in stories, but you get to slide in your accomplishments in that story, and that's another way to self promote, right? Right? It's all about love, it's all about that self promotion because guess what? If you don't self promote for yourself, who's going to self promote for you? That's the question. You don't self promote, who's going to get it done for you? And let me give you a little clue. Nobody. Nobody else out there is, no one else is going to self promote for you. You got to learn how to do it yourself, right? And so, what I'm going to do, if these tips work for you, I'm going to go ahead and write these up and put them out there so you can take a look at them, especially for those of you who catch me on the replay on YouTube. Gonna write them up out there. And it's just very simple steps. And it's not, you're not being a show off, you're not being a bragger, you're not being like, hey, everybody look at me because I'm the best thing in the world. You may be meaning to say that, but you're doing it in a very professional manner and understated. Because, like I said, as an introvert, I'm never one to want to roll out in front of everybody and brag about myself. I still don't. But I have learned, especially, I have two businesses, two corporations. So I had to learn marketing. You've got to put yourself out there. And so I'm way more comfortable now than I was, say, 10, 15 years ago. But it can be done, and it's important that you do it. Okay, very important. So if you enjoyed this YouTube video and this Facebook Live, ladies out there, fellows, sorry, I don't have a group for the fellows yet. Again, but if I get enough, get enough traction, and a lot of guys tell me they want it, I will definitely set up one. But ladies out there, if you enjoyed this live tonight, go ahead and join my Facebook support group for women. It's called Rising Above Anxiety, and you can Google it. Have a link in the description. Join us. If there are other things out there, and sometimes I do Facebook lives just for the ladies in my group. But yes, and for those of you who are seeing this on Facebook, Rising Above Anxiety, my Facebook support group, feel free to make comments in the group. Just understand, I won't be able to see them until after this is over because it is a closed group, and so no one outside of the group can see your comments. And that's a great thing because, again, I know that a lot of us struggle with anxiety, and we always worry about who's going to see. Well, nobody. If you're in a group, only those of us in the group are going to be able to see. And so, yes, feel free to join my Rising Above Anxiety Facebook support group. Been talking too much. I guess it's time for you to get off, right? Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.